Let the house please be in order. Stand as we are led in prayer. The gentleman from Rankin, Representative Varner, will introduce our guest minister for today, and then I would ask you to remain standing and he will lead us in the pledge. Gentleman from Rankin.
Mr. Speaker, we have Brother Sam Taylor from First Baptist Church of Florence, Mississippi. He's here to say a prayer. He's also my pastor, and I'm glad he's here, so I'm going to let him come and say a prayer.
Pray with me. Father, thank you for the opportunity to be here today and stand before a body that is so significant in the life of the state of Mississippi, that makes decisions day in and day out that guide the direction of our state. And God, I pray that you would give them great wisdom as they undertake the important process that it is to make laws and to make important decisions. God, I pray that they would have your wisdom, the wisdom that is found in your word, and they would be led by it and by your Spirit together to come up with good solutions to difficult problems. God, that they would be able to figure out complex issues and, God, put action steps into place that would benefit all of the citizens of the great state of Mississippi. God, I pray that you would continue to pour out your blessing on Mississippi in a way that I believe you have and is unique because of the way that we have held fast to so many of the teachings of your word. And God, I pray that we would continue to do that, and especially that we would continue to do that here in the state legislature and the laws that make up and govern our state. God, I pray a blessing upon each one of these legislators, God, as they are here sometimes away from their families. God, I pray that you would protect them as they travel back and forth. I pray that you would continue to protect their families that are back at home and that they are away from. And God, that you would remind them that even beyond the authority of the state, they serve under the authority of the one risen and true God. And God, they would do so humbly and as servants of you. God, continue to bless our state, continue to bless this body and this legislature. We love you and trust you. Praising your name. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Open the machine, Madam Clerk. Close the machine, Madam Clerk.
There's a quorum present, Mr. Speaker.
We will have the reading of the journal. Gentleman from Rankin, Representative Howell, moves we dispense with the reading of the journal. All in favor say aye. Opposed no. The ayes have it. Report of select committees.
We have none, Mr. Speaker.
Report of standing committees.
We have none, Mr. Speaker.
Introduction of bills and constitutional amendments. Gentleman from Marion, Mr. Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask unanimous consent to dispense with the reading of the introductions.
Is there objection to this? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, we will follow that procedure. Resolutions, petitions, memorials, and other papers.
We have none, Mr. Speaker.
Introduction of guests and visitors. Gentleman from Washington, Mr. Hines.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, would you please help Representative Bailey and I wish a dear friend, welcome a dear friend to the House of Representatives in the South Gallery. She's one of our election commissioners, a former co-worker with me, Ms. Jacqueline Thompson.
Welcome. Gentleman from Madison, Mr. McMillan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, help me make welcome the doctor of the day, Dr. Patrick Whipple from the MEA Clinic here in Canton, Mississippi. He's also accompanied by Ms. Caitlin Soller. She is a resident of psychiatry over at UMMC. So help make these guys welcome today.
Thank you, docs, for being here today, for what you do for us. Gentleman from Tishomingo, Mr. Carpenter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Northeast delegation, please make welcome in the South Gallery the president of Northeast Community College, Mr. Ricky Ford.
Gentleman from Hines, Mr. Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please help make welcome in the North Gallery members of the Mississippi Counseling Association, as we have a psychiatrist here, and now we have some counselors here, so we need them all. Stephen Stanford, he is not here. Paulette Edwards, Lori Parker, Heather Norton, Carla Weir, Megan Henderson, and Claire Threet. Make them feel welcome, please.
Gentleman from Leek, Mr. Holloway.
Mr. Speaker, in the South Gallery, we have a good friend of mine, Reverend Leroy Lacey. He's a former election commissioner. I want y'all to make him welcome.
You got a preacher for a friend, gentlemen? Very good. Gentleman from Tippa, Mr. Stevenson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the South Gallery House, please help me make welcome one of our Tippa County election commissioners, Mr. Randall Hall from Walnut.
Gentleman from Marion, Mr. Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Also in the South Gallery, we have two of our election commissioners from Marion County, Mr. Van Lowry and Mr. Michael Bennett. I'd like to give them a good hand. Thank you.
Lady from Harrison, Ms. Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask that you and the members of the body help me welcome my daughter Emily to the floor.
Welcome, Emily. It's good to have you here with us today. You keep your mom straight over there. Our head page, Ms. Smoots, will introduce the pages for the week.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This week we have 6 pages. They are Carson Albrin, Maria Haynes from Macon. Stand up and wave. Carlia Makins from Macon, Pepper Newsman from Brandon, Vesper Newsman from Long Beach, Branson Oaks, he's not here right now, from Quitman, Mississippi. Thank y'all.
Okay, I don't see any other introductions by the members. We have any announcements from the clerk's office?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We will have page pictures immediately after adjournment. Also like to remind you that composite photos will continue to be taken until 4:30 this afternoon and all day tomorrow. Thank you.
Madam Clerk.
Appropriations B will have an organizational meeting today at 3 in room 201A. Banking will have a meeting at 3 in room 402. For tomorrow, Military Affairs will meet at 9 in room 103. Wildlife at 10 in 113. Constitution will meet at 10:30 in 114. Marine Resources will have an organizational meeting at 1 in room 114. Education will have an organizational meeting at 1 in room 204. Tourism will have an organizational meeting at 1:15 in room 402. Universities and colleges will have an organizational meeting at 3 in room 204. Public Health will have a joint meeting with the Senate regarding mental health at 3 o'clock in room 216. For tomorrow, in the Ways and Means Committee room, there will be a committee procedures presentation by Ronnie Frith from the Legislative Services Office. He will be giving a presentation on Committee Procedures 101. This is primarily for new chairman and vice chairman, but if anyone else is interested, you're more than happy to attend.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
10 o'clock tomorrow.
I believe Mr. Clerk has another announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Felicia Brown will have your W-2 that you can pick up from her. Thank you.
Announcements by the members. Gentleman from Lee, Mr. Aguirre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Banking will meet in room 401. It will be 401, not 402. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Further announcements by the members. Gentleman from Lowndes, Mr. Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In a previous life, actually, post my other wrestling career, I was honored to lead the YMCA in Columbus, Mississippi for about 11 years after wrestling. And going to be in room 216 this Thursday from 10 to 11:30. I think it might be interesting for some of you guys to go by and see what all we do, and we did. I appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Madam Clerk is going to announce the members of Appropriations B again for that meeting that's happening this afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Appropriations B Committee consists of Bounds Chairman, Brent Anderson, Clark, Ewer, Hale, Latasia Jackson, Payton, Pygott, and Reed.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Any further announcements from any member? All right, I don't see any. I'll recognize the gentleman from Rankin for the motion.
I move the House stand adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Gentleman's motion is that the House stand adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow. If you favor that motion, indicate by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The House is adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow.